Coming to you from a chintzy capsule hotel on the wrong side of Tech Town, an otherworldly broadcast of Hellgate City Companion on NAD Neo Amsterdam Dimensions. Today is clobbering day, so be vigilant. 42 degrees now in Seneca Park. 2 freckles past a hair-sized nanosensor implant. A soft breeze blows, sponsored by Weatherby's Weather Vanes. Did your father step out to oil the weather vane one afternoon, never to return? Then perhaps you too have qualms about squeaky weather vanes and windy days. Don't despair. Lick your finger, raise it to nature's breath. Whisper Weatherby 3 times fast, and a nano helicopter will holo-project a virtual reality game featuring their solutions to all your weather-beaten woes. Woe is our representative Democrapublic trademark. In light of the latest cyber-coup and brick-and-mortar insurrection, are you so sure of your own values that you're eager to impose them unthinkingly on others? To choose their way of life for them? Telling them what is righteous and what is wrong? Demanding compliance by force if necessary? Hacking into their brainstem and stimulating them via copy pasta? Then you too may be contacted by federal investigation blackguards. And now a note from Mayor Boccaccio. If you survive contact with the F.I.B, join us as comptroller for Neo Amsterdam. We need to take control of our debts and get that crypto in pocket, bucko. Neo Amsterdenizens plod into the winter storm as Boccaccio cracks down on the indigent and famished wretches living in the streets and mucky shallows of our subterranean tunnels. It works, says the mayor. Guess we can't all be Mordecais and Esthers. Someone's got to be Hangman. Boccaccio's call for trial by bloodshed during the Gorp rally last week may find him charged with insurrection. Speaking of getting lynched on your own gallows, my haters have multiplexed. If your Celex teletype message morphs into a stick of tech TNT, well played, sis brah. Very scary GIF. I tremble in my grip boots. That's right. Sorry. Negative infinity sorries, champ. Some champ on Team Bevins sent me grip boots. Thanks. So crash me if you can, micro-hate machines, but I wouldn't be here without a groundswell of support drowning out your noise. I thank you, subscriber. You, rolling in Hellcat wheelie hush puppies. You in lilac chrono gloves. And you, sporting yesterday's underpants. Together, we troop. It gets us through the workday. And you know what else doesn't hurt? When your boss gets snappy, you feel like a lackey. Trappist turns your frowny face upside down. It's the favorite of your pappy and your great grandpappy. Trappy's hot sauce. Sponsor us now. In national news, President Gorp allowed the Capitol to fall. Do not be distracted by him complaining that he has been knocked off Click-Clock, Brute Tube, and Phoenix. The Personal Responsibility Party, Poppers, has, not surprisingly, refused to take responsibility personally. Custodial droids mopped up the blood and entrails of 15 Congress members while the nation began to mull over our original operating system, the Constitution. But first, a word from C.A.M.M.iE, our sponsor. She's tough, hardworking, nurturing, protecting, and caring. Yes, C.A.M.M.iE consistently wins Best Droid per class across the 5 major categories. From cane droids, combat-ready, artificially intelligent, networked droids, ready to fight your fight, to able droids, acquiescent, benevolent, eager as a beaver, labor droids, ready to do your job, chores. Lest we forget, main droids, maternal, artificially intelligent, nutrient-based bots, ready to mother and smother you. Man droids, mecha suit-capable, armored, navigable droids, ready to do your bidding. And last but not least, Eve droids, emotionally vibrant empaths, ready to talk to you about your feelings, hear you express emotions, admit you have feelings, or just verbalize anything. Eve droids are the only cybermates certified to ask you about your day and actually listen. Each fully customizable for a price. C.A.M.M.iE. We're right behind you. Now, about the 14th change to the Constitution. It basically says if you stand up and object to the marriage, you don't get to crash the wedding, eat the grub, pump the open bar, and robo-dance the groom. In effect, you lay cyber siege to the Centurian Congress? Then you can't be a senator. Senator, digital or analog. Total ejection. Maybe the 14th will be used to expel some Centurions who tossed zip ties and nano ammo to white supremacist domestic terrorists. Maybe not. While a certain someone and his friends whined and kvetched about being deplatformed from Twixler and the like, the sacred list of rights cropped up. The list of rights is designed to protect us, the people, from the governing authorities. It's not there to protect authorities or presidents from us. That's what blackguard cane droids are for. Private businesses get to kick people out, and a governing authority forcing a private entity to carry its message is actually a form of fascism, and would stamp out this show. Keep trying, suck circuits! Fascist governments control private industries and can force you to be their mouthpiece. Low-key, dictator move. What's that? Okay. I'm being told to dial it back a bit. So, here's a little about me. Actually, no. Can't say that. That would reveal the answers to my password security questions. So, let's change tack. I can say that my guided cyber meditation from this morning said to open your eyes when you're ready. So I'm keeping them closed until vaccinated. Today, the body of our President Vice, Malachi Haypenny, will be laid to rest. If you recall what happened in the Capitol last week, rabid right-claw domestic terrorists, enraged over President Gorp's loss in the election, hung Haypenny from a makeshift gallows noose made of zip ties. Emboldened by Gorp's smash the math anti-election campaign, the rancorous mob of conspiracy hypotheses believers, murder moms, and mandroids mobilized shortly after Gorp's speech last week for an afternoon coup. Gorp implored them to approach and broach the Capitol dome. "Persuade Centurions with all your might," he said. And now that a fat baker's dozen senators are dead and 32 taken hostage, the vote to confirm Gorp's defeat by Lindsay Parrott has been suspended. Defense officials released a statement that the vote will resume when the kidnapped senators are safely returned, though we don't know how long that may take. Gorp denies any connection to the violent putsch, but says calls to impeach him for a third time will spark his fervent supporters to declare civil war. He called for peace and an end to political violence, and he warned that a impeachment trial may activate his Make Amsterdamia Great Again militia to unleash a mass bloodletting of lawmakers as has never before been seen in the United States of Amsterdamia. Gorp punctuated his remarks with an official Toad meme, stating there is no blood on his hands, the Reprocrats themselves caused it all. They abused ballots and undercounted votes for him. He also asserted that his chant, "Tear her up," had no link to the cyberspeaker being raped and halved by the hoi polloi, whom he referred to as not a very classy bunch, while grumbling about their outfits. Senator Taz Crude spoke on the Centurion floor, shedding a tear for the painful hangnail on his dominant hand. During the coup, he opined a splinter stuck him right between his thumb and hangnail, and so he exhorted critics to back down from denouncing his role in hanging President Vice Haypenny. Crude declared he honestly believed it was a piece of theater, not realizing Haypenny was more than an effigy till after he kicked the chair out from under his feet and the VP dropped, writhed, gagged, and then rained blood upon the Centurion, likely infecting him with the new, mutated plague variant that spreads by blood cough into orifices or open wounds anywhere on the body. He asked that colleagues be respectful in his time of healing and noted the VP was implicated in a ring of other paupers who coerced their gay and trans children to enter Hellgate portal and be made straight and narrow. By whom? Why, Darskar, our rumored Charon of Queens. The President Vice is survived by his wife, Brandy, and one son. The other son and daughter have yet to return from the gate. Crude urged all Amsterdamians to take the torch in finding the children, saying that is our only salvation. All else is distraction. The Reprocrats are to blame. On a dispiriting note, we are canceling this week's Weatherby's Wīnd-back radio drama. After receiving word last week's climactic episode was documentary footage of a real murder, we've put future productions on hiatus. Assassin Clarence C. Riggs remains at large. We request that you delete any memory of the segment due to an ongoing investigation and fears that it may eliminate listeners from the jury pool. The alternative is to have the memory surgically removed via reverse brain link. I need not press upon you the drawbacks of that procedure. Memory triangulation remains an imprecise art. You are bound to lose something of which you are fond to the scalpel. Speaking of loss, much like you, I grew up with faulty persnickety weather vanes. Did my father step out one day to fix the weather vane on our cupola, never to return? I believe so, but the memory blurs, perhaps in part due to janky wiring in the veins of my childhood. It's a common refrain among latchkey kids in unencrypted homes. With Weatherbys, your father never has to step out to make an adjustment, since you can just call it in, and a Weatherby's service tech will drone in and fix it on the spot. Their comprehensive service agreement is the industry standard, and their contracts are easy to renegotiate, should your needs change. Which way doth the breeze blow thine leaves? Ask Weatherbys. In local news, my crack producing team got the jump on this scoop. Alby, the killer albino alligator in Old Haarlem, is back. Hear the skittle-scattle of claws on concrete, a trill of slithering metal against the hypersteel curb. The neon cordon blocks areas for a reason. Obey it. Heed the kanji projector. 3 children shuffling near the gutter for a click-clock video were brutally attacked by the whitish scaly creature, its razor tail mottled with dried blood and radioactive energy drink. Rescue crews have begun searching sewer vaults near Hellgate Station to no avail. If you hear or see the victims, please note the coordinates and back away. Alby has been known to lure denizens into a trap coordinated with other gators. It is real, it is hungry, and it lurks among us. Do not call the blackguard squad upon sighting. Select the park patrol. They are statistically 70% less likely to fire upon Amster denizens of any color, regardless of saturation, and they have experience neutralizing bloodthirsty fauna. Next up, the soulful sounds of magma. It's like lava, but thick and way hotter. So hold your loved one close, unless she stormed the Capitol. And may the wingtips of a Pegasus touch your offspring's hips, should they beg for it. This has been Hellgate City Companion with your steadfast host, Kirby Bevins. Signing off the Neurodeck. Fare thee plague-free.